Hello, I am super excited to show you today the Silk Naturals Fall 2013 collection, and it is called Keep It Simple Sweetheart, and it's a mostly collection of kind of classic staple shades, work appropriate shades. There are 5 eyeshadows for every weekday, so if you wanted to wear a different one to work every day or something like that. But there's also a few fun shades and some bold colors as well. There are some lipsticks and there are some slick sticks, which are more of like a tinted lip balm. And I am wearing this collection today. I have the color Friday on my lid with the color Date Night in my crease, and I'll show that to you a little bit closer. And on my lips, I have the lipstick Bravado with the Slick Stick Pulse over that. So how this video is going to work is I'm going to show you the eyeshadows in the little jars so you can just kind of see what the straight up powder looks like. And I'm going to describe the colors to you as I'm doing that. And then I'm going to show you all of the eyeshadows swatched on my arm in indoor lighting, just right here where I'm sitting by the window, and then outside in the sunshine so you can really see kind of the shimmer and the iridescence come out when the sunlight hits it. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the lip colors. I'm going to show them to you in the tube, describe the color, and then swatches indoors and out. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to just kind of summarize my overall impression of the collection, tell you some of my favorites, things like that. I also just want to mention that on my blog, I have both photographs of all the swatches as well as photos of, my full face of me wearing all of the different lip colors if you want to see what they look like on, and if you want to see what they look like, swatched in photographs. I'm going to leave both of the links to those posts below this video for you. So now let's start with the eyeshadows. This first shade is Monday, and it is a light tan with slight pink undertones to it. And it mostly is pearly, but it has some fine shimmer in it as well. And it's not very shiny. It's like a very low sheen kind of pearl. That's pretty much how all of these Monday through Friday eyeshadows are in terms of finish. And this right here is Tuesday. And Tuesday is like a taupe base, like a very light taupe base with a gold sheen to it, and when you apply it, that's when you can really see the gold. It's like a low sheen, iridescent gold finish that really stands out. And Wednesday, right here, is a light pink, and it has a little bit of green interference that isn't noticeable right now in the jar, but once you swatch it, that's when you can really see in the light the little bit of that iridescent green. Thursday is a light copper, and because it's lighter, it looks a little bit peachy, like a peachy copper. Friday is a light gray, and it has a little bit of an iridescence to it. When I swatch it on my hand, it looks a little bit pink, but then on my eyes it looks a little bit golden, and according to the website description, it has both pink and gold iridescence, so it probably just depends on your coloring and what color you pair it with, which one of those stands out more. This is Cocktail Hour, and it's a little bit similar to Tuesday, except it has a much stronger gold shimmer. The gold is more apparent, but also the shimmery particles are larger. And it also has that kind of taupey gray undertone, probably a little bit more gray in this one. And maybe the Tuesday is a little bit more taupe of an undertone. But then the gold really stands out. It kind of reminds me of a shimmery version of Fiorene's Polar Bear, if you're familiar with that shade. This is Date Night. The base of this is kind of a cooler toned brown, but then it has very fine copper shimmer, or like a copper iridescence to it, and on me that warms up the color quite a bit. And on the website, this one is described as having a little bit of a green to it as well, but that doesn't really show up on me. This is Scene Stealer, and this is a reddish copper tone, and it has some fine shimmer in it. This is Siobhan, and it is a plum shade, but it has a little bit of violet to it, just a little hint, and that helps it be not as red, like it's a reddish plum, but that violet makes it a little bit more wearable. I usually can't do reddish plums because they look like a bruise on me, but this one is actually really wearable for me. And this one has some fine shimmer. Here are the eyeshadows indoors by window light. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then it's happy hour, date night, scene stealer. So here are the eyeshadows outdoors in the sun, and they are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, happy hour, date night, scene stealer, So now I'm going to show you the lip colors. This is Jolt, and it is a very sheer orange. It is the jelly version of the lipstick Zap. Zinnia, it is a pinky coral shade and has some very fine gold shimmer, and it's a little bit on the bright side. This is Tease, and it is a red with a little bit of plum to it. It is about medium depth, but it's very sheer, and if you look closely in the actual tube, you can kind of see tiny copper shimmer at certain angles, but you can't really see those on the lips. This is Swagger, and it is a warm brown nude shade with little hints of red to the tone there, and this one does not have any shimmer. It is a cream finish, and it's somewhat dark. It's kind of medium depth, I would say. This is Coquette. It is a medium depth cool pink. It is like the sheer version of Operative, I think. This is Frenzy. It is a sheer shimmery peachy pink. This is Shock. It is a very sheer cool pink. It is the jelly version of Pow. This is Pulse. It is a dark plum, but it's very sheer, and it has just a little bit of shimmer to it, like a purpley kind of shimmer. So here's what the colors look like indoors by a window. And we have Jolt and Zinnia and Tease and Swagger and Coquette and Frenzy and then Shock and Pulse. So here's what the colors look like outdoors in the sunshine. We have Jolt, then Zinnia, then Tease, then Swagger, then Coquette, then Frenzy, Shock, and Pulse. This is Pose. It is a bright pink with no shimmer. This is Luscious. It is a red that leans a little bit coral, and this one is a cream. It has no shimmer. This is Bravado. It is a somewhat deep berry / plum shade with no shimmer. This is Strut. It is a medium depth nude shade that leans just a little bit cool, and this one does not have any shimmer either. This is Pow, and it is a bright fuchsia. This is Bam, and it's a very pigmented creamy black. So this is Indoors by a Window, and we have Pose, Luscious, Bravado, and Strut. And then these two over here are Pow and Bam. So these are all the colors outside in the sunshine. And again, we have Pose, Luscious, Bravado, and Strut. And then right here are Pow and Bam. So that is the collection. There is also a lip scrub, which just looks like a little lip balm, but it has some sugar in it to exfoliate your lips. There is also a rollerball scent and a hair elixir treatment. So I think this is a great collection. You know I'm obsessed with their lip products, so I was so excited that there were so many. And I typically am like a tinted lip balm kind of girl, and I love their slick sticks and their amplifying lip glazes. And the lipsticks, I like them, but I haven't been wearing lipsticks as much because they're so pigmented and, you know, they're like a lipstick. But I actually really like their lipsticks, and they've been really growing on me. I've been getting kind of back into lipstick. I think it's really in right now, bold lips, and so I really love the formula of those because they're super pigmented, and some of these colors are beautiful and they're bold, and they actually stain your lips. I wore one the other day, and then the next day I noticed that my lips were quite pink, and my husband, before he goes to work, you know, he gives me a kiss goodbye, and if I have lipstick on or like a lip color, he'll just like do it really carefully because he doesn't want to get lipstick on himself. And so he was trying to do it like that, and I was like, what are you doing? I don't have anything on my lips today. He's like, really? It looks like you do. And then I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh my gosh, they're still stained from the other day, or from, you know, the day before. So that's crazy, the stain power that their lipsticks have. And some of these kisser slickers stain as well. Like I think Shock leaves a little bit of a stain. That's the one that's a jelly. Both Jolt and Shock, they're the same as Strawberry Fields, where it kind of looks like jello. It's like a little bit see-through, and it just gives you that kind of staining effect on your lip. So I think these are all beautiful, but my favorite colors, just based on what I tend to wear, I really like cool tones on my lips, and I like kind of lighter colors on my eyes. So I absolutely love Friday, which is what I'm wearing today. I love Date Night with it together. I also really like Tuesday. It has like that really beautiful kind of subtle gold sheen to it, as well as Happy Hour. Happy Hour, it like might be a little bit too sparkly for me, I'm not sure. And I also really like Siobhan, or Siobhan, however you're supposed to pronounce that, but I love that one because I love purple tones, and that kind of purpley plum shade is kind of what's really in this fall, and I usually can't pull off colors like that because they almost look like a bruise on my eye, but that one has like a little hint of violet, almost has like a little bit of a violet sheen, which cools it down and makes it really wearable for me. And I wore it the other day and I absolutely loved it, so that's another favorite. And then for lip colors, like I said, I like cool tones, so my favorites are pretty much what I'm wearing today. The Bravado lipstick, I love that, and absolutely love Pulse Slick Stick. It's a beautiful sheer plum. If you love plums and maybe you're afraid of going too dark, you want to experiment with like the darker plum colors for fall, but you want something that's a little bit more wearable, that one is perfect because it's so sheer. You can just do a light layer of it and get like a tint of plum, or you can layer it on a little bit heavier and get the little bit darker shade, but I love that one. And I also love Shock because I love kind of hot pink colors, but sometimes, you know, I don't want to wear something super bright and in your face, and that one is really sheer, so you can kind of give yourself like a little tint of hot pink to your lips, but not too much. And I love how glossy and shiny their Slick Sticks are. And the lipsticks as well. The lipsticks are really buttery. So those are my favorites from this collection. Now I'm going to show you some comparisons to some lip colors that I already have. So the first one that I want to compare for you is Coquette. And I think that one is really similar to their Kisser Slicker in Operative, but it's like the sheer version of it. So if you have Operative and you wish it was a little bit more sheer and a little bit more glossy, then I think this one is a good choice. Let me show you what they look like. And it's maybe like a touch more nude to it. So right here is Operative, and right here is Coquette. Next, I want to compare Pulse for you to some of my favorite plum shades, and I'm going to swatch it kind of heavier so you can see. And I'm going to compare that to Seedy, which is another plum. That's a Kisser Slicker formula. And also to, where is it here? Asset, which I think is like my favorite color ever. So this one is Asset, and this one is Pulse, and this one is Seedy. Next, I'm going to compare Swagger for you. This one in the middle is Swagger, and then this is Briarwood, and this is Saint Tropez. And they're all pretty similar, but Swagger is a tiny bit darker and a touch more red. That's actually it. Those are the only comparisons that I have to show you. So hopefully this video was helpful to you, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.